pet peeve.
Yeah.
Is it something to do with, like, table manners?
No.
Okay. That wasn't going to be my choice. Everybody needs to
Up the space. Like, I think you were very professional, and I feel like you'd find it a bit irritating if someone came in and, like...
Was acting the maggot, as we'd say in Ireland.
The romances in Bridgerton and its spin-off Queen Charlotte, a Bridgerton story, are pivotal to the show's success, with each season showcasing the moments when couples realize their love for one another. These key instances highlight the emotional depth of their relationships. 1. Daphne and Simon, Season 1, Episode 2. During a dance in A Shock and Delight, Daphne reaffirms her desire for love and family, contrasting Simon's reluctance. Despite their differences, Simon's longing gaze and Daphne's hope for his change of heart signify their growing connection. 2. Kate and Anthony, Season 2, Episode 3. In A Bee in Your Bonnet, Anthony panics when Kate is stung by a bee, reflecting his trauma and guilt. Kate's calming words spark an undeniable connection, despite Anthony's commitment to propose to Edwina. 3. Penelope and Colin, Season 3, Episode 2. In How Bright the Moon, Penelope boldly asks Colin for a kiss, marking a shift in his perception of her. This moment, coupled with Colin's subsequent realizations, sets the stage for their budding romance. 4. King George and Queen Charlotte, Season 1, Episode 5. In Ye Gardens in Bloom, Charlotte's unwavering support for George during his struggles solidifies their bond. Her patience and love allow their relationship to become one of the most moving in the franchise. Each couple's unique journey captures the essence of Bridgerton's romantic storytelling. The 4 Bridgerton moments where the main couple fell in love. The Bridgerton romances are integral to the show's success, and the moments when its main couples fall in love are easily the most enjoyable. In every season of Bridgerton and its spin-off, Queen Charlotte, a Bridgerton story, audiences focus their attention on a notable pairing developing feelings for one another. While some may fall in love quicker than others, there is always an instance that pinpoints exactly when both parties realize their feelings. Bridgerton Season 4 will follow Benedict's love story with Sophie Beckett, and there's excitement over how their love will progress in the upcoming episodes. One thing is certain, Bridgerton does a great job of showing its characters falling in love. 4. Daphne and Simon. Daphne reestablishes she wants a loving husband. Bridgerton, Season 1, Episode 2, Shock and Delight. Simon and Daphne spend the majority of A Shock and Delight developing their false relationship, manipulating the ton into believing they are smitten. Daphne undoubtedly falls for Simon quicker than he does her, and the Duke of Hastings definitely doesn't allow his feelings to rise to the surface until after the pair are married. However, the moment that best encapsulates both of them falling for the other is toward the end of the episode. Daphne and Simon's Bridgerton romance is somewhat toxic at times, especially because they both know that they want different things out of life, yet they continue to draw one another back in. However, it's their difference in attitude that causes them to fall in love. While dancing at a function, they grow rather close, but Daphne pulls away and reaffirms that she wants love and a family. Simon agrees, but he still watches her longingly as she dances with another suitor. She turns down 3 proposals in the hope Simon will change his mind, even though she knows it's unlikely. Daphne's actions after this moment are rather contradictory. She turns down 3 proposals in the hope Simon will change his mind, even though she knows it's unlikely. Despite trying to hide it, Simon's feelings are plastered across his face. He teaches Daphne about sex in one of Bridgerton's steamiest scenes, and while it's awkward, the fact he does this shows he doesn't see her as just Anthony's little sister. 3. Kate and Anthony. Kate is stung by the bee. Bridgerton, Season 2, Episode 3, A Bee in Your Bonnet. From their first interaction, it's obvious that there is something between Kate and Anthony, even if there's conflict. They start understanding each other through their dedication to their respective families. The loss of the Sharma patriarch pushes Kate to look out for Edwina's well-being, something that Anthony unfortunately relates to. The bees in Bridgerton's title sequence may represent Edmund's influence, but for Anthony, the insects signify heartbreak. It makes sense that Anthony panics when anyone is stung, but when it happens to Kate in A Bee in Your Bonnet, his reaction has layers, and it's so much more than just the memory of his father's death. The guilt over their argument just moments before is apparent in Anthony's gaze, so much so that he doesn't immediately realize the implications of his hand pushing against her chest. Kate's soothing words also spark feelings in Anthony's heart because she is patient and understanding, even if his response to the bee sting appears to be over the top. Even though Anthony still plans to propose to Edwina, despite loving Kate, the way she is able to calm him down so quickly proves their undeniable connection. 2. Penelope and Colin, their first kiss. Bridgerton, Season 3, Episode 2, How Bright the Moon. Penelope, the youngest and most powerful of Bridgerton's Featherington family, is another character who falls in love with her future spouse first. Her eyes are set on Colin from the moment they first meet, but he doesn't recognize her true potential until years later. Colin only registers Penelope properly in How Bright the Moon when she finally gives up on the two of them being together. Penelope accepts that Colin will not love her, but she begs him to kiss her, fearing she'll never receive one. Until this point, Colin has typically perceived Penelope as a friend and nothing more. However, this amazing Colin and Penelope moment in Bridgerton demonstrates that her boldness is what Colin is most drawn to. Penelope puts herself on the line, and her familiarity with Colin allows her to let go completely. Colin is plagued with dreams about their encounter, and his subconscious leads him in the right direction. While her feelings never truly waver, it's clear that the kiss only fuels the fire Penelope is desperate to put out. The introduction of Lord Debling sets up the possibility for Penelope to finally wed, but she only decides to accept the proposal because she is tired of waiting for Colin. Debling can recognize the feelings between them, which is why he breaks things off in the end. 1. King George and Queen Charlotte. Charlotte fires George's doctor. Queen Charlotte, A Bridgerton Story, Season 1, Episode 5, A Gardens in Bloom. Out of all the Bridgerton couples, Charlotte and George's love story has more trials and tribulations than any other. King George's hidden illness causes a lot of conflict between the pair, but Charlotte's patience for it keeps them afloat. The two don't meet until their wedding day, but there is an immediate connection between them. George admits to falling for Charlotte when he sees her scale the garden wall on their wedding day, but their love truly blossoms in the episode Gardens in Bloom. While it is obvious that they both love each other before this, it isn't until a pregnant Charlotte visits George and has his restraints removed that they truly become Bridgerton's best romance. Despite his skewed sense of reality, George immediately falls into Charlotte's arms when he is released. Charlotte is understandably frustrated with his lack of communication, but she doesn't give up on him either, which is why she is so pertinent. From Shondaland and creator Chris Van Dusen, Netflix's Bridgerton is based on the romance novels of the same name by author Julia Quinn. The series follows the 8 Bridgerton siblings, Anthony, Benedict, Colin, Daphne, Eloise, Francesca, Gregory, and Hyacinth, as they search for love during the social season and navigate life in Regency-era England. Queen Charlotte, A Bridgerton Story is the first spin-off series in the Bridgerton franchise from Netflix. The limited series was created by Shonda Rhimes and focuses on a 17-year-old Queen Charlotte as she rises to power and marries King George. India Rhea Amartifio plays the young Queen Charlotte, who was originally played by Golda Rocheville in Bridgerton.